As we all know by now, Orion and Artemis are rivals with one another. However, in both their laws, it's never really explained clearly as to why that is. And with the upcoming Battle Pass Season 4 releasing soon, I thought now would be a good time to mention these two characters, given that cool little teaser trailer we've seen of them. In this video, we will be deciding as to how they know each other and find out how they became enemies in the first place. Artemis, aka Mary Washington, is one of the most powerful legends so far in the Brawlhalla universe, lore-wise, and for her to want to have a hatred towards Orion is very interesting to me, because her lore states, in desperation, she ripped the core from a nearby star to forge her armor, extinguishing her first solar system, meaning she destroyed multiple planets with ease. As her powers were only beginning to grow, it shows she's more than capable of fulfilling her want to kill Orion. Then this means Orion needs to be powerful enough to pose a threat, maybe not to just Artemis, but to the entire universe itself, because it also says she wonders if Asgard might be too infected to save. This means that Orion isn't who we may think he is. This would explain why her lore nicknames her as the Answer, and how it also goes on to say that she was eager to confront her opponent. Her opponent she was eager to confront may have been Orion, and for a good reason. Now if we take a look at Orion real quick, it says, Bodvar, Cassidy and other legends saw a blazing trail of smoke cut across the Asgardian sky. He crashed in Valhalla, leaving a crater, and the same people who forged Odin's spear quietly appeared and bore his golden armor to the gods. This may or may not be linked to why he is one of the few legends to be deemed worthy of direct contact with Lord Vrax, because Artemis is more powerful than Lord Vrax, but we have nothing in Orion's lore stating his power level to suggest a reason as to why he may be a threat to Artemis based on how powerful he is. Yet Olgrim always keeps a close eye on him, either for pride or concern. However, the only connection it says is that Artemis came to be when Orion's name was spoken. In fact, in Orion's connections description of his lore, it states that he is the enigma to the answer that is Artemis, confirming our suspicions that he is definitely a problem of some kind, maybe even a villain, but not stating anything power-wise to pose a threat to maybe even the universe. This would explain why Artemis has a main goal of destroying Orion, because for all we know, he could be a mysterious evil person with maybe even hidden power. Reasons as to why we hear no clear mention of Artemis in Orion's lore is number one, he is one of few legends who were released at the time of early Brawlhalla, back in 2014, just like there's no mention of Mako in Thatch's lore, for the same reason, even though the two are clearly connected. Number two is because it fits his title as the Mysterious Stranger, because nobody in Brawlhalla knows his actual name except Mirage, or at least by some other name. Now with all of that out the way, let's look at the three possible reasons as to why they can and can't be enemies. Number one, their rivalry could have begun because Artemis may have destroyed his home. Let's say the solar system that Artemis destroyed was a part of Orion's home. If one of those planets was Orion's home, Artemis may have led to Orion going to Brawlhalla in the first place, because that comet or asteroid was a space pod. However, Artemis had no choice because she was going to die in the fabric of space. Yet, this probably isn't a good enough reason because Orion isn't eager to kill anyone. Again, we know Artemis wants to kill Orion, but Orion's lore doesn't say anything about him wanting to do the same. A second reason why they could be rivals with one another is because of their heritage. Maybe their parents/ancestors were against each other, and so they could have naturally been raised to battle each other. It would explain why Mary's lore talks about the will of the universe. However, this is probably unlikely due to, again, no clear mention in either lore. But I truly believe that the reason they are against one another is because they were always destined to fight one another to the death. Think about it. Artemis grew up staring at the sky and waiting for her time to come, and in her lore it talks about the will of the universe. When the name Orion was spoken, Artemis came to being, even though she had a regular life in New York. I believe that it was always her destiny to battle Orion is the best logical reason there is, based off of the fact that she would read stories about the goddess Artemis and the hunter Orion, seeming like he is the bad guy at all. Well, with all of that being said, if you enjoyed the video and found it informative, give it a like and comment down below your opinions as to why they are rivals, because I am curious as to know what the Brawlhalla community thinks. I'm looking forward to Battle Pass Season 5. I'm Craig, and as always, subscribe if you're new, and thanks for watching. Peace.